In the small town of Wilmot, Minnesota, whispers of terror echoed through the streets whenever the sun dipped below the horizon. Terrifying rumors about the source of demonic evil was none other than Charlie and Matthew, brothers bound by a sinister fascination with clowns that began in their early childhood. At the young age of 5, they were inseparable from their clown costumes, donning them with a fervor that unnerved and disturbed their parents. There was no admonition could sway their creepy obsession. It seemed as though they were ensnared by an unseen force that was a malevolent presence from an unseen world lurking beneath the colorful facade and the evil, dark obsession with clowns that took over the souls and minds of the two brothers. Their antics escalated with each passing year, morphing from harmless pranks to harrowing acts of cruelty. They haunted the neighborhood like specters, terrorizing children and adults alike with twisted grins plastered across their faces. As their reign of terror spread, whispers of their deeds grew into fearful legends. Yet, despite the mounting evidence of their depravity, the authorities remained powerless to stop them. It was as if some unholy force shielded the brothers from the consequences of their actions, shrouding them in an impenetrable cloak of darkness. But the true horror lay not in the number of lives they claimed, but in the manner of their demise. Those who dared to cross the brothers met gruesome fates, their bodies mutilated beyond recognition, their screams swallowed by the night. Rumors swirled of demonic pacts and unholy rituals, whispers of a power far beyond mortal comprehension guiding the brothers' every move. Some claimed to have glimpsed their true forms, twisted amalgamations of flesh and nightmare, their eyes burning with a malevolent hunger. And still, to this day, the specter of Charlie and Matthew looms over Wilmot, a reminder of the darkness that lurks beneath the surface of even the most innocuous facade. As the death toll rises and the whispers grow louder, one thing remains certain: the horror of the Clown Brothers will never be forgotten, their legacy etched in blood upon the annals of history.
Joshua was always different from other kids. He was quiet and kept to himself, often lost in his own world. His parents didn't understand him and would often become frustrated with him, leading to abuse and neglect. Yet amidst the darkness, Joshua found solace in the embrace of his clown companions, their painted smiles offering refuge from the storm. As a child, Joshua's obsession with clowns began as a coping mechanism for his abusive household. He would talk to his clown dolls and imagine they were his friends, talking back to him and making him laugh. Every birthday and Christmas, he would ask for anything related to clowns, posters, figurines, even costumes. He would watch every movie and TV show about clowns and would become excited whenever a carnival came to town. But Joshua's parents were not amused by his obsession. They saw it as a sign of weakness and would become even more abusive towards him. One night, when his parents were asleep, Josh decided to play a prank on them. He painted their faces as clowns and put a red nose on them. When they woke up, they were furious and sent Josh to therapy. However, every counselor who came to their house to help Josh would mysteriously disappear a week later. Nobody knew if it was a coincidence or if it was Joshua's doing. As he grew older, Joshua's obsession with clowns only intensified. He would only take jobs where he could dress up as a clown, performing at birthday parties and events. But whenever the kids mistreat him, they would disappear without a trace. But the police were hot on Joshua's trail, and he knew it was only a matter of time before they caught up to him. So, one night, Josh disappeared into the darkness, leaving behind only his clown costume and makeup. The town was in a state of fear, not knowing if Joshua would return to seek revenge on those who had wronged him. From that day on, the town was known as the Carnival of Fear, and the legend of Joshua, the man with an obsession for clowns, lived on. Some say he still lurks in the shadows, waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike again. Others believe he's just a figment of their imagination, a cautionary tale to never underestimate the power of a troubled mind.
It was a small town in the heart of America, where everyone knew each other, and the only thing that mattered was the color of their skin. Born in the stifling heat of the 1950s, two brothers, Jack and Bill, were born and raised in this town and had never been exposed to any other race except for white people. Their town was a safe haven for them, until one day, people of different ethnicities started moving in. Jack and Bill were terrified of this change, and they knew they had to do something about it. They couldn't stand the thought of sharing their town with anyone who didn't look like them. They were determined to get rid of the color folks, as they called them. Raised in a town where diversity was as foreign as the moon, they knew only the comfort of their own kind. Their hearts closed to the world beyond their borders. As they brainstormed ways to get rid of the color folks, they remembered that clowns and carnivals were a big thing in their town. It was then that they came up with the idea to become the racist killer clowns and terrorize anyone who wasn't white. They believed that by doing so, they would be able to cleanse their town of any other ethnicity. Jack and Bill got to work, creating the most ugly and evil clown masks, along with costumes to hide their identities. They even practiced their clown makeup and mannerisms to make sure they were convincing enough. They wanted to strike fear into the hearts of anyone who dared to enter their town. Word of the racist clown killers quickly spread throughout the town, but most of the townspeople turned a blind eye. They were just as racist as Jack and Bill, and didn't see anything wrong with what they were doing. Some even praised them for cleansing their town. For the next 15 years, no other races came to the town ever again, as they had heard about horrors of the racist killer clowns. However, some say that on a quiet night, you can still hear the laughter of killer clowns echoing through the annual carnival, a reminder of the horrific past of the town and the evil that once lurked within its borders. Their first victim was a young African-American family who had just moved into the town. The family, unaware of the danger that awaited them, went to the local carnival for a fun day out. Little did they know it would be their last. Jack and Bill, disguised as killer clowns, stalked the family until they found the perfect opportunity to attack. The family never stood a chance, as they couldn't avoid their fate of death. Yet, even as the bodies piled up and the town descended further into darkness, they kept the secret, as they were on the same side and shared the same beliefs.